I like Hutchinson the best, and I don't think Linderbaum is worth a top 10 pick. Thibodeau slipped, and I am going to grab Thibodeau. The Giants took Khalil Elam. Good for them. Kenyon Green is a guarantee in my mind. He would be such a dream pick right here. Evan Neal is still on the board. I'm not going to pick Linderbaum. That 44 pick could be tight end. That 44 pick could be a good linebacker, a good safety. We could drop back one pick and pick up a second rounder from New Orleans. We got options here. Hello, Jet fans. I was in such a rush to get this mock in, I didn't even fix my background yet. So there you go. Here, let's see if we can get this working. Whoa, what the hell's going on here? I'm being attacked by my green screen. Yeah, that's right. I am actually not at One Jets Drive. I'm actually in my house. There we go. All right. So wow, we got a few people already. So let's do mock draft 7. The positions change a little. I told you we should want Carolina to win. I told you. No, Carolina won. Carolina lost and Seattle won. So guess what happened to our second Seattle pick? It went down. We lost our number 6 spot. So we need Carolina to win next week and Seattle to lose next week, and a couple of other things that might help our picks. But anyway, we're not going to dwell on that. Let's move over to the draft because I don't think it really impacts the draft that much, to be honest with you. Hey, Braden, good to see you. Good to see Eric. Just going to run through a quick draft. I don't want to cut into any time. I think Brian should be on tonight, right? He's on Monday nights. He's Q&A. So let me do a quick share screen. And let's go and let's have ourselves a draft, huh? So, hey, Brayton, you're in Australia, right? And we got Eric in Texas, and I'm in Sacramento. See that? We're just all over the globe. It's a wonderful thing. So you should be seeing the draft board here. Let's draft. So we are in, I believe, the number 4 and number 7 spot. And look at this. Aiden Hutchinson slipped. Oh, New Zealand. You see, I always mix that up. I always thought New Zealand, and it was always Greenbean who would say, Australia, man. And it's like, I thought it was New Zealand. And then he talks me out of it. I had a friend who lived in New Zealand. Hey, Mikael Edwards, what's going on? Am I saying your name right? Is it Mikael or Mikael? And where are you? Because Mikael, where are you? Where do you live? I know that Braden's from New Zealand. We know that Eric is from Texas, living in Texas, not from there. Anyway, I'm going to do and John Post is here. Look at that. Everybody's here. He grew up in northern New Jersey and lives outside. And then we have Green Bean Jet fan. I don't know what's going on here, why everybody is jumping on. I'm just trying to make a mock draft video, but here we go. Aiden Hutchinson slipped. I take him. I don't care about trade offers. I don't care about nothing. I just grab him if he's there. This way, Gitmo Bob does not fire me. I get to keep my job as GM, but now we get the options. Okay, with our second pick, I'm looking on that board, and there's nobody coming up in the next 6 picks, at least on this draft ranking. Now, in real life, it's a little different. People rank these players differently, so it's a little different in real life, okay? But I'm going to just go by the rules of this draft mock simulator, and I'm going to say, oh, you're in Texas also. Cool. Look at that. We got Green Bean here. We got Mikael Edwards here. And you're heading to Australia and New Zealand. Our dreams of mine. Yeah, me too. It's a long flight, though, man. So we're going to have to make a decision here. Okay, what's Cleveland offering? To me, this is, if it was the only offer, no-brainer to me. No-brainer, because there's no one coming up in the next bunch of picks that I care about. Okay? All we care about now is getting the best possible value for this pick, unless you're on the train of wide receiver. But even if you're on the train of taking a wide receiver, there's no way you do it in the number 7 spot here. Okay? I'm not taking Evan Neal. No. I'm just not going to do that. And Kenyon Green, believe it or not, I'm probably more tempted by him than most people. He is an incredible guard. The Bengals pick that you see this, the Bengals pick, this is a gold mine of picks and a second next year. I love that. But that 26 pick is so risky because if we take that 26 pick, The issue I have with that is that we might miss out on the 2 linebackers and Sauce Gardner and one of the top 3 wide receivers. And people could debate all they want on which one of those guys we want to take, but my point is that pick 26 might leave us out of the loop of getting a top tier guy. So I'm going to go back to the previous pick. This is a harmless pick to me. I don't feel like I sacrifice anything by accepting this pick. So I'm going to go down, and first I got to get out of this stupid advertisement, and I'm going to accept this offer. Green Bean would want to counter, but I don't have time. I literally don't have time. Pick 13. Detroit wants to give us pick 30. Can't do it. I mean, that's a nice. I mean, it's not like that's not tempting. We have a lot of holes, but again, I think we need blue chip players, right? And at 30, 34, it's possible. I mean, I don't know what Joe Douglas would do here. But I just think that if you're coming down from 30 to 13, you have to give us a number 1 pick, right? I just think that we're getting ripped off if we do this. You want the Arkansas guy if we get a top receiver? Okay. Let me see. Who is that? Because Chris Olave is Ohio State. Jameson Williams is Alabama. Maybe he was already picked. Nope. I'm going to have to figure out who that is. Okay. I know. Trade down in increments. I know. So 30 is too much. 24. I still say we get one of our guys. Now, everybody's going to debate forever. People will debate forever, okay? Some people are saying wide receiver. Some people are saying linebacker. Some people are saying cornerback. Okay, so it's all over the map. I'm going to take this because I like adding a 56 and 88. I think we have an entire roster to build. We are so far because not only do we have holes in the starting lineup, we have holes in depth, okay? We have so much building to do to build a team that even if we have injuries, we can say next man up. So I'm going to accept this trade. That's going to be so unpopular. And I'm going to have to hope and pray that one of our guys slip. Okay, and here we go. This is the nice advantage of getting our edge taken care of. The beautiful thing about getting the edge taken care of is that we get to take this risk. Now, here's the thing. Here's what happened, okay? And it's almost like the game knows. It's like a game, and it knows. Screw you, Jeremy. We're going to take Sauce Gardner off the board. We're going to take both linebackers off the board and leave Ajabo, the edge, the 18th guy up there. So I kind of got screwed there, right? That gamble backfired, except for one thing. Our Arkansas wide receiver is there. He is there, Eric. And now I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Treylon Burks. And here is why Eric loves Treylon Burks. Because he is 6'3", 225 pounds, and he gets off the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Okay, he wins contested catches. He's everything we wanted and hoped Mims would be. And that is definitely a great target. But Drake London is also up on the board. Okay, and some people say I would be absolutely nuts if I turned down a 6'5" receiver. Okay, a 6'5" receiver. Okay. It says he has drawbacks, though. There's warnings about him. Okay, so he can use his significant size. He's combined. He's impressively long arms. He can pluck the ball out of the air. I know Green Bean loves guys who can pluck the ball out of the air. He can go up and secure the ball. He's good in contested situations. Grabbing but the key thing that I want to see is I want to see guys that can get off the line of scrimmage. So really with him, it's going to depend. Is he a guy that runs really good routes? Is he really quick off the line of scrimmage, and can he run crisp routes? For that reason, I'm going to go Treylon Burks, and I'm going to grab him here. And now I'm going to have to go really hard on defense because of that trade down. But I have extra picks to do it, which is really nice. Pittsburgh wants to give us 49 in a second. I don't like that. It's a little bit too much. Denver always gives me a nice little juicy offer like this. When I look what's coming up, we already took a wide receiver. We got quarterbacks up on top there. We got edge on top there. There's no reason why we can't take this trade. So I'm going to take it, upgrade that 62. Washington wants us to trade back 38 to 40. This drives Green Bean crazy because I'm constantly trading back. I'm not going all the way down to 60 Tampa, so no, thank you. 38-40, we get a third, but we give up our 145th. I don't like that. I don't have time to counter. So I'm going to just reject these. It's time for us to make our pick. And wow, I said I really want to go hard on defense, but it's like, it doesn't matter. We're going to get 2 players right now anyway, because we could fill our offensive guard need right now if we want. I'm just going to secure and make sure we don't get screwed. I'm going to take Brandon Smith and make sure that we have a linebacker. I don't want to take any chances on that and get screwed. So we got our linebacker. We got our edge. We still need a safety. We got plenty of those coming. I'm not really worried about it. And cornerback is a luxury right now. It's not as big a need on the team. We're doing okay. If we could pressure the quarterback and get better linebacker play, we're not going to get – the cornerback situation is not as bad as people think it is. 42-58 with a second. I'm not going to take it right now. We got to get through this. Ryan's going to go on a little later. Let's say I'm going to go – let's see, when's our next pick? Our next pick is coming up pretty soon too. So let's take did the offensive guard go that I wanted? I think he went. Wow. Yeah, we lost Zion Johnson. We'll have to go for that a little later. Man, Isaiah Spiller is so tempting in this spot, isn't it? Isn't it really tempting to take Isaiah Spiller? I mean, just to have 2 high-quality running backs on the team. And Spiller's a banger, so he'd be like nice little kind of change of pace to Michael Carter. It would be really sweet. I think I'm going to lock up. Well, I'm going to get him with the next pick anyway. And I'm not taking Isaiah Likely. Screw that. So you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to take a premier. I'm going to say, let's just be crazy deep with running backs. And sorry, San Diego's offering us 162. Not going to do that. I can't afford to trade down right now because I can't take a chance. Nope, can't take a chance. I got to get my safety right now. And that is Jordan Battle. I cannot take any chance that he comes off the board. Okay, so we're filling lots of holes. Look, before we take our next pick, we got that 56, don't forget. So here we go. Let's look at what we have left. We filled the hole at edge. So we're going to have Aiden Hutchinson joining Carl Lawson. We got Traylon Burks, beautiful compliment to Corey Davis and Elijah Moore. And we'll have Berrios as our 4, and we'll see what happens with Mims. We got Brandon Smith at linebacker. He's an immediate starter there. We have a running back who automatically becomes our RB2, possibly our RB1. Don't worry, the tight end's coming. We got our safety. I have a plan for tight ends. Don't worry, I didn't forget about tight end. I promise. And because we got a 56 and a 62 and a 69, we are going to get our tight ends. You have nothing to worry about, my friend. So we got Jordan Battle. I know the board too well, so I know what's coming and who's there. Now, for a long time, I was grabbing this guy, Lecitus Smith, but then I looked on Draft Tech. Green Bean turned me on to that site, and they have him ranked way back, man. They don't like this guy at all, and that concerns me. We do have to go tight ends. We have to get a tight end, but I have another pick coming to do that. I know where that pick is coming. I think I'm alone. I might be the only Jet fan alive that believes this, but I believe that if in a situation when we make a trade and have extra capital to work with, that we need a defensive tackle. I am totally serious about that. Foley had a good game yesterday, but man, he's been invisible for most of the year. Rankins has been invisible for most of the year. I believe that our entire scheme, everything about us, is really built really, really strongly on defensive line and rotation and having strong, impactful players. So I'm gonna piss people off and take Perion Winfrey. And we're gonna go down. And again, I'm ignoring trades. We already made our trades. Okay. And instead of let's see. Man, you're going to kill me if I don't take a tight end, aren't you? You just want that tight end so bad. But I'm willing to gamble at 69. We're going to be fine with a tight end. I'm going to grab Jarrett Patterson here. We can move McGovern to right guard if we want. I like the idea of having a future center. I think we need a center for the future. McGovern's got like 10 million left on his contract. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I just know that I really love Jarrett Patterson, so I'm going to grab him. Okay. So, and no one's going to agree. Look, we're never always going to have agreement on a million things. Like we could sit there and debate all day. Let's just look at the ends, and you could give your opinions of where you think I dropped the ball, where I could have done better. But if we sit here and discuss it, we're gonna be here all day because no one's gonna agree on everything. But here is your tight end, guys. And look, I think in real life, if I'm sitting there in the war room and this is not a simulator, I think I'm taking this guy a lot earlier. I don't really believe he's gonna be there now, but I knew for this purpose he was gonna be there. And that's why I wish this simulator was real and I could run the draft, because when you see at the end what I walk away with every time, and what you guys too, it's amazing what we can do on the simulator. So I'm going to grab Trey McBride right now. There is your tight end. Okay, you can feel really good. I think he is definitely, without argument, top 3 tight end in this year's draft. I also feel that he might be the number 1 tight end prospect in this draft. KC wants to trade 6th and 5th to move down 5 spots. I don't see any value in that. 3 spots and we get their 7th. Yeah. What's the board look like? And what are we looking for? I don't mind picking up a free 7th here, to be honest with you. I don't see anybody on the board right now that I'm worried about losing. All right, sure, I'll take your 7th pick for next year. What the hell? Kyler Gordon. So I missed that. I don't know that name. I'm gonna do research. Okay, Mikal. I don't know him right now, so I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look up Kyler Gordon. I'm gonna see what he's all about, and that might change my future draft picks. You see, because I change my mocks every time. Chad Muma usually slips way, way down. So if you want him, that would make me. I'll show you who that means I would pass on. I like to take, or I have taken, Brian Asamoah from Oklahoma. I've watched a couple of games. This is the only reason. And he just happened to light up and shine in those games. So I thought he'd be much higher. Like, I remember watching games and thinking, wow, man, Asamoah, I wish we could draft him. And then I see him in the draft, and he's like the 100th ranked player in the draft, which makes him, to me, very obtainable. So I've picked him a lot at linebacker. So I don't know. Who's on Feldman's freak list? The Kyler Gordon? Okay, so I really have to look that guy up. There's no question about it. What position does he play? I know nothing about him. See, I got a lot of homework to do, but the season's not even over. Believe me, by February, you're not going to believe. I'm going to have the top 200 players memorized. Position, college, what's good about them. Oh, cornerback. Okay. You think he's off the board? Let's see. Let's look, cornerback. Yeah, he already went, right? Oh, that name's starting to ring familiar. I may have looked at him in the past. You know who I like at cornerback, though, who always slips pretty far down? This guy, Josh Joby from Alabama. He is an injury casualty of the draft. He was really good before he got hurt. And I don't think he has the kind of injury where he won't come back either. So I really look at him. But again, I'm not too stressed out about cornerback, believe it or not. And plus, I think we're going to pick up someone in free agency. He usually goes 50 to 70. Okay. I think he's going to go in free agency. Cornerback. I think that's where JD is going to go. I think he's going to bring in a veteran, like decent cornerback that he believes they can coach up. That's just my guess. I mean, we're going to do something. We're going to do something at free agency. So some of this draft doesn't make sense because we don't know what we're going to do in free agency yet. So right now, I filled most of our positions. Let me put this up there. Right, we got our edge, we got our wide receiver, we got a linebacker, a running back, a safety, a defensive tackle, an offensive center, a tight end. So we filled a lot of spots here. Now we have to start thinking about doubling up in areas like linebacker, possibly safety, and we can even start thinking about developmental tackles after the 91st pick. So where's the high value guy? Right? That's what you got to start thinking. Where's there a guy where we're not reaching pretty far down? Now, another thing is we could double up on tight end and grab Jaleel Billingsley, and that is not a bad move. Right now at tight ends, I mean, I think we're all excited about the potential of Yeboah, but we kind of know the ceiling of everybody else on the team, right? So bringing in an extra tight end, if we hadn't signed one in free agency, might not be a big deal. I'm definitely going to look all about Kyle Gordon, guys. Believe me, I like to be on the in on these things. I don't like being left out. But I think right now, more important than tight end is I'm going to just grab Brian Osmoza. I know people might not agree with that. I just think that we're really hurting in tight ends. Like, I'm sorry, in linebacker. I think that's like one of the biggest holes of our defense. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I didn't notice that. Sorry, guys. I'm going for Verone McKinley from Oregon. And the reason is I watch them play all the time, and I know that player really well. And I know he's going to be a decent NFL safety. Let's go 121, 164. Oh, waste of time picks. Okay. Channing Tindall is there at linebacker. That's good. But there's another linebacker that somebody asked about that usually slips pretty far. So let's see if he's still there. No, I think Muma went. He went off the board. I like Channing Tindall. I'm gonna grab him. Wait a second. Did we already just grab another linebacker? Am I losing? Have I lost my mind? Am I about to grab a third linebacker? No, we grabbed the safety. Okay. So I'm gonna take him. 1 second though. Let me see what the deal with tight ends are. Oh yeah, we got plenty of guys left there. I'm not worried about that. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna get that second linebacker locked up. I'm gonna fill that room, baby. And now I know we have one more pick. I better not have discount. Okay, fifth round pick. This will now. I know there are people that argue that this would never happen. That he would never be a. Oh, look at that, George Pickens. Ooh, that's really tempting. Why is George Pickens there? How could that be? He's really good. Really, really good. But look, Josh Joby is there. But here's another guy that's there. So this is the hardest part. Maybe I should have taken a trade for another pick. Charlie Kolar. Now, in reality, Charlie Kolar is not slipping to 161. He's not going to be there in the fifth round. But then again, we said that about other tight ends last year, and it happened. If Charlie Kolar's there, I think we have to take him. I'm going to pretend that we signed a tight end in free agency, or that Yeboah has another good game next week, and we feel strong there with the pick of already getting Trey McBride. Because one of the positions I neglected that I really want, and next time I'll look into that Gordon dude, but for right now, I'm just going to grab Josh Joby. I really like him. And boom, I think that's our draft. Oh no, we had another pick. Cool. All right. I should have checked that out. Let me see if he's there. Oh, he's there. We get another tight end. All right. Now I know Green Bean is happy. This is I think I got his two favorite tight ends. Green Bean loves tight ends. So everybody, if you ever meet him, wear your tightest designer jeans. It's a little joke. Okay, give me Bama players all day. Exactly, right? Like Bama players, man. But don't underestimate Georgia and Oklahoma. Teams like that, they always get those tough guys too. Aiden Hutchinson. This is how we did. Traylon Burke. So we have our edge now. Opposite Carl Lawson when he comes back. JFM, Huff. It's looking pretty good, if you ask me. It changes everything, right? Changes everything. Getting Carl Lawson back and getting this guy Hutchinson changes the whole outlook. Traylon Burks. Okay, our wide receiver room is dangerous. Now we got our big receiver, Corey Davis. Hopefully he'll hold on to the ball this year. Yeah, Winfrey, right? Thank you. I'm glad some people support me on the Winfrey thing. I really am, because it's amazing to me how many people are forgetting how important defensive line is in our system and the success of this team. Anyway, we got Traylon Burks. So the wide receiver room is beautiful. If this was reality, okay, you get Elijah Moore, Traylon Burks, Corey Davis. You have Berrios for your gadget plays. I don't know what you have. Mims. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if we're bringing back any of the other guys, but right away, I love the big three. Love the future. Okay. Um, Brandon Smith is our linebacker. He starts right away. Okay. I believe he's good. Anybody could be a bust. You never know. But Penn State has a good reputation for linebacker university. And I like Brandon Smith a lot. I would have loved McCovey Dean and one of those guys. We lost out on them. But hey, we made our wide receiver room really, really nice. Isaiah Spiller, running back. Man, this would be a dream draft, because now we'd have, look how dangerous. Look what a roster we'd be building. We have Michael Carter, who's looking like a RB1, a true RB1, explosive, big plays. And then you get a guy like Isaiah Spiller who could bang and just wear down the defense. I mean, that's a great 1-2 punch. Jordan Battle at safety should be a starting safety in the NFL. Again, anybody can bust, but he comes from Alabama. He's well tested against premier offenses. So we have tons of tape on this guy. Perry and Winfrey. I'm glad I'm not alone on this, because I think we need a defensive tackle. Okay. I'm not in love with the play of our interior line this year. And I think if we strengthen the edge, which we did, and then we got Q Williams. We own him forever, right? For at least we have control of him for 2 to 3 more years. I think we're in great shape if you get Perry and Winfrey in there. Okay, he's a top-notch guy. This is a highly ranked player. Getting him with the 56th pick is incredible. Okay, there's a lot of rankings that have this guy top 35, but he could slip. It's believable because he's a defensive tackle. It's not like we're taking him with a top 10 pick. So imagine we get a quality starting defensive tackle without having to use our 6th overall pick. Thank you very much, Jets, from 2012 to 2018 or 2019. Jarrett Patterson could play this year, possibly a plug-in player who can play in right away. Doesn't have to. I'm okay with this being a developmental pick. So if we pick up a guard, or if we're happy with LVT at guard and McGovern comes back at center, maybe we renegotiate with him. I don't know. I'm okay with Jarrett Patterson being a developmental pick at center. But I also like the fact that coming into camp, he is a guy who can compete and might win the starting job. This is a guy who has the potential to just be an average center and become nothing. I mean, there's no guarantees. I like that he comes from Notre Dame. I like that the competition he plays against, the amount of tape we have on him. He's went against great competition, future NFL players, so we get to watch and see how he did against top talent. And he has a ceiling that's really high. He could be a top 10 center without question. Trey McBride, I don't think you could take a better tight end in this draft for what we want and what Zach needs. Honestly, I mean, go onto YouTube, search for Trey McBride, and look at full games from Colorado State, like every offensive play, if you want to see everything and not just his highlights, or even look at his highlights and you can't help but get excited. Verone McKinley, again, I've seen a lot of him. I've seen this kid play a lot because I'm on the West Coast. I get all those games. So I know a lot about him. I just know that he's really good. He seems to be around the ball all the time. He's good against the run. He can play in the box. He's always back in pass coverage. The announcers always say good things about him whenever I'm watching the game. He's always having his name called in positive ways. Channing Tindall, linebacker, again, comes from Georgia. I've seen a couple of games where I've known his name. It's a familiar name to me for good reasons. I think it's just a good guy to have in the room. He might not even make the team, or he might be around for 2 years, might be a special teamer. He also might be a starting linebacker, because we've taken guys off the junk heap and made them starting linebackers. So it's just a good throw of the dart. I think Josh Joby's a good throw of the dart at cornerback. I think Charlie Kohler, it's a joke that he's there ranked 159. But if he was there, I don't care if we've already taken a tight end. It's just too high quality of a player not to grab him. So you just grab them. So there you go. Braden's with me. 2 tight ends, either McBride, Ferguson. Jeremy Ruckert or Collar. Yeah, I mean, so we all like the same guys. I mean, Weidenheimer is good too, I think, but I'm going to be honest. I just go by his ranking. I haven't watched a lot of tape on him, so we would have to check that out. And, you were saying a bunch of things that I didn't get to see. If I couldn't read McBride, I'd be happy with Ferguson there. Okay. So that's good to know. So we'll have options that'll drop down to tight end. Look, we're going to wait. Even if we take 2 tight ends, I'm thinking we're going to wait. I think it's deep enough draft, and just knowing JD from the past, what we've seen so far, I don't think you're going to see him jump too early on a tight end. And I think we're going to end up with an okay tight end because they just slip for whatever reason. I'll never understand that. It's so undervalued for the position that it is, because when you have a good tight end, the impact it has on the offense is just immeasurable. And it's amazing I'm saying that because I'm just stealing that. It's just such theft. It's not theft. I learned that from Green Bean. I'm not stealing it from Green Bean. I learned something, and now I am presenting it as knowledge that I have obtained from somebody else. And I think the fact that I'm saying I learned it from Green Bean definitely secures the fact that I am not stealing it. Anyway, this wasn't meant to be a live stream with a long conversation, guys. Everybody that's here, I appreciate it. I appreciate you joining. I'm about, I think, 16 subs away from having to consume some hot sauce. I'm not going to say guzzle. I got in trouble for that. I'm hoping to have it done right away. The sooner, the better. I get to 200 subscribers. I'm going to do one of these mock drafts. I guarantee you it's going to go a lot faster. I'm going to rush through it because I'm going to be I'm going to be consuming a teaspoon of the Last Dab, which is made from the XXX pepper, over 2 million Scoville units. The most I've ever had of it is 1/8 of a teaspoon. And I was in agony for like 10 minutes. I was punching tables, stuffing ice cream in my mouth. So I promise you, you're going to get to see me suffer. And no one on YouTube will have earned those 200 subscriptions as much as I did when I go through that. So join me for that. Thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you probably have, but subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the chat rooms and on my Wednesday podcast, Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I have not found a guest yet, but I will usually find a guest for those shows. And I will be announcing if you watch the channel. I'll announce on Twitter also as soon as I know who that guest is going to be. Thanks for joining. Take care. Have a great one. I like Hutchinson the best, and I don't think Linderbaum is worth a top 10 pick. Thibodeau slipped, and I am going to grab Thibodeau. The Giants took Khalil Elam. Good for them. Kenyon Green is a guarantee in my mind. He would be such a dream pick right here. Evan Neal is still on the board. I'm not going to pick Linderbaum. That 44 pick could be tight end. That 44 pick could be a good linebacker, a good safety. We could drop back one pick and pick up a second rounder for New Orleans. We got options here.